Track position is everything. You better be fast, man. And there's only two guys that are going to contend for this win. I'll put it out there right now. And if somebody else wins, I tell you what, I'll pay $5. I'll throw $10 in and check a flag for charity if anybody else wins. And we're getting ready to get into it. I'll tell you that. What's going on, y'all? I'm Brandon Atlanta Man Bang coming to you live right here, Coach's Corner, the center of the universe. Another episode of Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Rubbin' is racing, grubbin' is tasting. Man, I hope everybody's having a good Wednesday. Got a good little bit of news to go over here this week in NASCAR, recapping that Texas race, and got some good headlines out there in the sport for sure. So if you're new to tuning in to the show, the way we like to start it out is what we call the word of the day. Okay, basically I have no idea what it's going to be. Lawrence will throw a word up every time I say it. You're going to take a sip of your favorite adult beverage. As I always say, it's age appropriate as well. If you're under 21, get some Kool-Aid, some sweet tea, Red Bull, whatever it may be. Man, you guys got like 12 days before school's out. I mean, come on. You might as well go ahead and stay up late. From the son of a school teacher, I can tell you the last 7 school days, you're not doing nothing important anyways, man. So have fun. Last week's word was Texas. So I don't know how many times I said it, but if you played along, probably had a pretty good buzz. This week's word is going to be, I have no idea, y'all, but play along. So getting into some NASCAR news, sliced bread there. Joey Logano found a way to steal a win like he stole the championship last year. I tell you what, man.
Come on, man.
But first win there for that 22 car. Good run for him for the 2024 champion. And I tell you what, we'll see what he can do moving forward. As I always say, I'm not a Ford man. You guys know I like Hendrick Chevrolets. But after the Indy 500, you might as well go ahead and chalk it up. Ford will start bringing the thunder. That's what they do every year, as far as what I see. So, anyways, big news coming for NASCAR, man. Possibly the biggest news that we've had. Again, if you've been a follower of Rubbin' and Grubbin', I've been saying this from the get. A rotating championship schedule coming up. The NASCAR championship moves back to Homestead, Miami in 2026. They are going to rotate it from what NASCAR says. So, who knows where it goes. They did say it's going to be in the major viewing areas. So what that tells me is anywhere in the southeast, maybe over to Texas. That's about as far as it's going to go. And then again, this is the first week in November. So what venues are going to be able to, one, that can house 100,000 people, and two, the weather being good. So going to be interested to see how NASCAR and what the details come forward being and going, hey, this is where we're going. This is how we're going to rotate it. I've said it on the show. I feel like that race should rotate every 2 years to somewhere different, as long as 5 of the playoffs. That's just mine feelings on it. I've been saying it forever. But glad to see NASCAR coming to a little bit of light and doing something different. You know, not taking anything away from Phoenix. Obviously, weather's great. Racing-wise, with this car, man, I just feel like mile and a half are the bread and butter, especially Miami. Darlington, those style racetracks, Charlotte. I mean, that's going to be where it's at. So, again, going to be interesting to see what NASCAR does, how we move it forward, and seeing what they do. But at the end of the day, liking the fact they're making some moves and some changes to the playoff system and the championship race. So, kudos to NASCAR for sure. So TNT announced its broadcast team. As we all know, kind of Alexander and Steve Letarte and Dale Jr. all be the same as we're used to. Daniel Trotta, Mamba Smith's on there, Parker Kligerman, along with Jamie McMurray, Larry McReynolds. All these guys are still on that TNT broadcast, kind of bringing back a little bit of that feel good of the race hub. Really excited for this. I tell you what. As the year's gone on, I tell everybody this. I think Fox has really slacked in coverage. Compared to when we see these other people like CW first time. I mean, every commercial break you got side by side for an Xfinity race, but in a cup race comes up and we're in the middle of a green flag run and you take 2 minutes to turn away and no side by side. I mean, come on, man. CW showing Fox up horribly bad right now. I like Harvick in the booth. We know Mike Joy's done after this year, going on to other things. But I mean, what the hell? I mean, I'm not going to be mad at Clint Boyer, but I'm also not going to sit here and act like Clint Boyer knows what we're talking about. I mean, he hadn't been in a next gen car and he hadn't been in a car in X amount of years. So at least you have the Harvick insight there. I think there's a lot of people you can put in that booth to kind of amp it up. I mean, to be honest with you, it's the same way that we watch college football, right? Broadcast, like Larry Munson was the man on a Dogs game. You turn the TV on and turn the sound down and listen to Munson call the game, or just not even watch it at all. And I find myself doing that with PRN or MRN. I mean, that's pretty much what I do. I mean, those guys are calling it. and it brings excitement to it, and it paints a picture for you without seeing the picture. So I think we need to get back involved of having guys call the race, and not doing so much of the analytics of what we watch or what people want to hear. But that's just my opinion. But excited to see what TNT will do. It starts out in Atlanta. I'll be there. We'll be there, man. My dad's birthday, so we will definitely be there in full stride. And that's the beginning of the new in-season playoffs. So that should be interesting as well. Ready to see the brackets and how we team up and what we run what against would be interesting, but going to be awesome for sure. So if you guys haven't yet, man, please go out, like, share, follow, all that social media out there. Lawrence does a great job putting it all up. I have nothing to do with it. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Most importantly, subscribe to that YouTube channel. I'm still trying to give this Ryan Blaney helmet away, y'all. I'm telling you, we were so close last week. We had a couple people with first, nobody with third, somebody with second. We were so close, man. Somebody please just tell me where Ryan Blaney finishes at Kansas. Take this damn helmet, like for real. Like if it doesn't go by the end of the All-Star break, we're going to have to come up with a new system. Like, we got to figure out a way to get rid of this helmet, man. Somebody needs this helmet. I do not. Me and Lawrence do not need this helmet any longer. We're trying to give it away. So, again, go out, like, share, follow, all that social media. Subscribe to that YouTube channel, man. Like I say, the more subscribers we get, hopefully the more eyes we see at everything not only we do on Rubbin' and Grubbin', but as well as what we do here at Coach's Corner for all those charity events and everything else, man. So, definitely go out and subscribe, y'all. So, as if it's a secret, Young Money spanked him on Saturday, filling in for Connor Zillich with a sore back or whatever it might be. Pretty rough inside wall hit there at Talladega. You got to be tough, man. You can't be weak. I'm going to leave it right there. But at the end of the day, Young Money spanks him again, man, and likes to embarrass everybody in the Xfinity series. But I think the biggest embarrassment would be Justin Allgaier. I don't know how you run slap dab in the back of a lap car, man. I mean, it happens, but dang it, man. That cost us a little bit of money, didn't it, Lawrence? That cost us a little something there. But, at the end of the day, Young Money, man, he's probably the best all-around race car driver on the planet right now. I mean, anybody can argue. Yeah, you might not be able to get into F1 and do what they do, but F1's not coming to NASCAR and do what he does, and they're definitely not getting on dirt and doing what he does. So, to me, I can't argue. Ray Evernham said it best this past week. Name a driver better on this planet than Kyle Larson behind the wheel. Hard to do. If Jeff Gordon was 25, I'd take Gordon all day, but that's just me. Rumor mill is spinning, man. Could we be changing the next-gen body for 2026? This is kind of out there, man. They're having talks about changing a little bit of the body up for next year's next-gen car. Now, whether we see that come to fruition or not, we'll see. I don't really know what the body changes are going to do. It's already pretty aerodynamic dependent. You change a little bit this and a little bit that. I don't think you're going to get any better side draft or anybody racing. I think more of that is allowing teams to be able to make vast changes. I think we should lighten up on some changes and maybe different areas in the race car to let them kind of explore options. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what these teams hire engineers for. That's what these guys are paying big bucks to go out and do. Not only make me the fastest out there, figure out inside the rule book how we can go faster. This is what they get paid to do. So maybe we'll see the lighten the load. Maybe we'll see body changes. Maybe we'll see some engine changes. Who knows? Horsepower changes. Who knows? But at the end of the day, I'll keep you updated on it. So make sure you're staying tuned to Rubbin' and Grubbin', baby. So that'll wrap it up for the NASCAR news. We are on to my favorite segment of the show, Checkered Flag for Charity. We're going to bring this bad boy back up here. If you're new to tuning in the show, the way we like to do this is whatever car number wins, we donate in. Hey, man, Joey Logano in that 22, old sliced bread. Rudy's favorite driver, by the way. That is Rudy's favorite driver. Did get him a win this weekend. So thinking about you, Rudy. Happy that your driver got a win there, man. Know you're rehabilitating and doing good. I know that. I talked to Todd earlier this week. So anyways, if you're new to tuning in, like I said, we're doing this for a really good buddy of mine. His father had some health issues. It's like a brother for sure, family to me. So like I said, $22 goes in. That's $530 here so far through 11. Not too bad. We could do a lot better than that, but we're getting ready to ramp it up here coming up into these summer months. So, again, if you come out to Coaches, come into the Sound Garden, bring some extra money, man. Donate in. Let's help Rudy recover and get back right and, help my boy out. That's what it's all about, man. So at the end of the day, $22 in. Like I say all the time, you come up to coaches, nickels, pennies, dimes, 10, 20s, 150s, whatever you got to give, throw it into the checkered flag for charity, man. It all stays local right here, baby. So getting ready to get into that next segment, but before we do, we're gonna pause for station identification. It's Wednesday. I'm quite thirsty. Nice little breeze out here tonight. I'm not gonna say that. It did rain a little bit earlier, cooled it down. So thanks everybody tuning in to Rubbing and Grubbing on Wednesday right here at Coach's Corner Sports Network, baby. Yep. So getting into that who's hot and who's not, but again, before we do, big shout out to Arborman Tree Service, owner operator Parker Eccles over there, another brother from another mother for sure, one of my best friends ever. I tell you what, best tree service in Savannah, locally owned, locally operated, fully insured, doesn't matter what it is. Full tree removal, estimate, stump grinding, need some limbs cut back. Make sure you give Parker and his crew a call over there. You'll see that number scrolling all night long on the bottom of the screen. As I always say, no job too big, too small. Give Parker a call. I love you, brother. I'll see you in a little bit. So getting into that who's hot, man. Kyle Larson, baby, Young Money, still number one. I tell you what, second place finish there at Texas. Looked like he was bound to win until Blaney came on strong and restarts. He just couldn't get the jump on him and get cleared. But at the end of the day, what I tell everybody is Kyle Larson is probably one of the fastest week in and week out when he unloads. It's not going to be any different this week at Kansas. Stay tuned. You'll see where I take him. Shouldn't be a surprise to anybody out there. Willie B, baby, a.k.a. Big Hat Byron. I'm telling you, number two, man, again, found a way to fight back and have a decent finish there at Texas. Nothing crazy. Got some wins on the season now. He needs to reassert himself and going out and leading laps and having a really strong race car, good pit stops, consistency there. They need a good showing here at Kansas. They got to keep the momentum rolling as we get into the summer months. If you watch the career, yes, he's been good for a couple wins, just like last year, 3 wins, winningest driver, tied for the most wins, I think, last year. Correct me if I'm wrong, maybe not. But at the end of the day, really good young race car driver, a good crew chief there, but they got to show some dominance coming up in the next couple races to solidify themselves as being a contender. Otherwise, you could fade during the summer, as we've seen in years past. Kyle Busch is notorious for it. But at the end of the day, you got to come strong. So Willie B will be number 2. I'll put a forward on there just for Lawrence, all right? But it ain't Logano. It ain't sliced bread. I'll take Ryan Blaney. I tell you what, Ryan Blaney's had one of the fastest race cars all year, and either bad luck, late restarts, or just driver error has cost him a lot of points and contention for wins. So I expect to see this Ford straighten up. We're already seeing the speed out of him, more so him than Logano, I'll say that. And at the end of the day, I think there again, he's strong. He's got a good race car. He's just got to finish him, man. Build some momentum and finish him out. So we'll see what Ryan Blaney can do moving forward. But right now, I'll put him third on the hot list. So getting into the who's not. Brad K, man, still on top of that list, dude. I hate to see it. Bad Brad is just struggling. Bad finish at Talladega. No speed there again at this past weekend in Texas. I don't really know what you're going to see at Kansas either. It's not what I expected out of this season. We saw them take a good leap forward last year, and the year prior even, and you expected more out of that camp this year, and it just hadn't come to fruition. So all you can do is keep trying, plug away, man, and hopefully have some good runs. And like I said, the drivers commented and said this is a very high amount of talent they have there, that 6 team. So he feels confident in it. I think they just have to find the connection and put it together and build as a team. But we'll see where it goes. But right now, not so good, man. Kyle Busch will be the only other guy that makes the not list. And I tell you what, it's bad when you don't even mention Kyle Busch very often anymore. You don't talk about him very much, whether it's in contention for a race win or doing bad or comments, or you don't even talk about him. It's kind of a fading thing in the sport right now. And it's just, I blame it on the RCR move. I really do. You can't give the guy, this guy has an amazing amount of talent. I can guarantee you put him in a Hendrick car, he's going to go out and contend for wins. And I think RCR is just that far behind. I think RCR is probably another Roush in a few years. It's a dying breed. Sponsorship's there, but the equipment's not, and we're not winning races. We're not even leading laps or contending. And we have teams like 23XI, and they got Michael Jordan money. But we got teams like 23-11 coming in 3 years later and winning races and dominant. So at the end of the day, be one of those things that we see making moves forward. But right now, Kyle Busch is on that not list, baby. So getting into this Texas recap, man, and I tell you what, I'm down Texas. It's probably the weakest mile and a half track that's out there between all of them. Texas is probably my least favorite. When it came in, it was hot, it was great. Then it kind of weathered in, died, and they repaid and reconfigured, and it killed the racing there. We're getting back. We're getting back, man. This race at Texas wasn't that bad. Really wasn't. We saw a lot of lead changes. We saw a lot of passing. Long run cars, short run cars. It came down to just late restarts and people getting crazy over the bumps. Again, Josh Berry got out front early, man. Looked like he was doing it. Had a good, strong run going for the Wood brothers until he didn't. Did the same thing kind of Justin Allgaier did on Saturday. Spun himself out going over the bumps in the lead and hit the wall and ruined his day. But again, Kyle Larson looked good out front, running strong. And it came down to bumps, and more bumps, man. That's what it came down to. That travel bump that you go through there, that mid-corner bump that you feel that transition is definitely got to play hell on the drivers. It's very fast, very hectic, as we all say. You can't drive that racetrack with a feel like you do Charlotte or like the old Atlanta. It's definitely a little bit different, a little more treacherous. But at the end of the day, it was a really good race. There's a lot of guys that had really good runs going there and either finished with them or didn't. The pit strategy came into play, 2 tires to 4 tires. Just so much stuff that goes on there at Texas, late restarts, late cautions. But it was a really good run, and like I said, it set it up for Logano to work his way up with those restarts towards the end. And he got the win. You can't take it away from him. I'm not mad at him. Do I think it was the best car that won? No. But he found a way to win. And at the end of the day, that's what the race is all about. You don't have to be the best. Just find a way to win or find a way to get a top 5. And he did. So good run there for Logano. Great Texas race. Again, like I said, I think that a few more years there, maybe we weather it in. It becomes its own entity. Tire wear becomes more, maybe a little bit different plays, pit strategy. But all in all, really good race there at Texas. So interested to see what it'll do over the next couple years. So, a lot of people wanted it off the schedule. I'm one of them. I still think Texas should turn into like a 3/4 mile high bank dirt track. You know what I mean? Something crazy like that. If you're going to do it, we did it at Bristol. We'll cover it with dirt. You might as well extend it and build a permanent one. And then they can race dirt there year round, high limit, and everything else that goes along with dirt racing. But just my opinion. We'll see what they do. So getting ready to get into this Kansas preview, y'all. But before we do, we are getting ready to hit the Liberty Forge keys to victory. Liberty Forge wheels, man, I tell you what, they are a badass company. Floating center caps, fully customizable, billet wheels, man, cut to order. These things are badass. Hit that website, check it out. Big boy trucks, whatever it may be that you got, man, make sure you are getting the grip to the earth of those Liberty Forge, because I tell you what, they're really nice wheels, man. Got some really good swag, too. Up-and-coming company. Be one of the first ones to put them on the truck, look good, and have everybody ask you where they're from. But I tell you what, man, keys to victory here at Kansas when we get in here. I tell you what, track position is everything. Clean air at Kansas is everything. No mistakes on pit road. You can come back at Kansas. It's not detrimental like a Talladega or a Daytona or a super speedway. You can come back. You make one in that last stage, it's going to be rough. Track position is everything. You better be fast, man. And there's only 2 guys that are going to contend for this win. I'll put it out there right now. And if somebody else wins, I tell you what, I'll pay $5. I'll throw $10 in and checkered flag for charity if anybody else wins, and we're getting ready to get into it. I'll tell you that. But like I said, track positions, everything, clean pit stops, week in and week out. Now, something that I will tell you that you have to be good at when you come to Kansas is you better be good at running that high line. This is a very progressive bank, which a lot of people don't know what that means. So the bottom line is X amount of degrees, and the middle is a couple more, and the top is a couple more than that, right? As we go up the racetrack, the banking gets steeper. So the coolest thing about this track is, like, this is probably the direction NASCAR should have headed for a lot of mile and a halves. You see it at Miami. You see it at Kansas. Atlanta is not. Atlanta is its own unique thing, and I was really hoping we wouldn't reconfigure Atlanta and we would have went progressive. I think that would have been a really cool track to see that at. But it makes for great racing. So many different lines. Guys running the highs, guys running the low, guys running middle of the track. Restarts are crazy. Clean restarts, clean pit stops, track position, and least but most importantly, you're going to have to be fast. Toyota's bringing the A game. I will tell you that. Toyota is bringing the game. So be ready for that for sure. So getting into this money line, but before we do money line, presented by Redfin Polarized Sunglasses, the best polarized sunglasses on the planet, y'all. Doesn't matter whether you got money on the line or a wall hanger. Make sure you see it clearly. Again, with the best polarized sunglasses on the planet. Italian frames, Carl Zeiss lenses. These things are made for the woods, for the water, date night, the Hatters's. I've had these bad boys for, I don't know, I think 4 years now. I went through about 3 pairs of them. I ain't going to tell you how, but anyways, I love them, man. Customer service is A1. Really good swag, too. Really good hats and T-shirts. So make sure you check that website out. When you find a set of glasses, whatever it is that you find on that website, when you hit checkout, rubbing and grubbing, save you 15% right there at checkout, man. Like I always say, live life ends up. Redfin Polarized, baby. Oh yeah, to Twitter. Yeah, we're on Twitter tonight, which is wow. We got banned from Facebook for putting something about rubbing and grubbing on there, like we were stealing content. I don't know. Twitter is way better. Anyways, Elon, I love you. Uh, Zach, you suck balls. By the way, I'll throw that in there. Top five. I told you there's 2 guys going to win this race, and if I'm a betting man, which I am, I'm going to take this guy number 1, and that's Young Money. Come on, man. Kyle Larson getting ready to slay him here at Kansas. The yellow brick road, baby. He's getting ready to walk it, call Dorothy, and bring Toto on home, man. That's what's going to happen. Kyle Larson for the victory right there. I call it now. 2 for me, I'll take Denny Hamlin, my girl's favorite driver. I tell you what, I don't even know why she likes him. I can't stand Denny Hamlin, but she likes him, so I'll take him second. And he's good at Kansas. Hopefully he doesn't wreck my boy or, cry about it. Hopefully not my boy, but hopefully Larson wrecks his ass. He needs a little payback. But anyways, at the end of the day, I'll take Hamlin second. Third for me, William Byron. Like I said, Willie B, man, Big Hat Byron, running strong there for Hendrick. I'm going to leave my boy out this week. Elliott's a really good track record there at Kansas. He's on a different spectrum, but, anyways. 4, I'll take Christopher Bell. He needs a rebound. He had not a bad run there this past week. I think he finished 8th or 9th, but he didn't show any dominance. I need Christopher Bell to run strong this week. And I took a Ford. I got burnt by not taking any Fords last week. I got burned up. So I'll take young Ryan Blaney 5th. There again, shown speed, the best out of the Ford camp all year long. Just hadn't been able to get the finishes. I think he finally gets it done at Kansas, at least a top 5. And like I said, I'm trying to give this helmet away. You see the helmet. I'm going to go Blaney finishes 7th. You hear it first right here. If I win it, I'm just giving it away to somebody randomly, okay? But he's going to finish 7th this week at Kansas. I call it. You heard it here first. Dark horses, you better watch out for Bubba Wallace. I tell you that, man. He, runs good at Kansas. Again, Toyota runs good at Kansas. You better watch out. I'll go my boy Chase Elliott again. Probably a pretty good run. I don't think he's ready to win yet, especially on a 1.5 miles. They haven't shown the speed. Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe he doesn't, and I'd love that. And Ty Gibbs is probably the darkest horse that I put on there. Ty Gibbs is going to have a good run at Kansas. Can he stay clean and keep it going is the question, but he's going to be fast. Going to have a good run, man. So, we are getting ready to get into the last segment of the show, baby, the hard right turn. But before we do, big shout out to Lamar's Body Shop. 35 plus years, taking care of all of Savannah's auto collision needs, the best in the business. Lamar and his team know what they're doing, not cutting any corners, not fading any funk with you. Doesn't matter what it is. Need a paint job, some parts replaced, estimate for the insurance company, man. Make sure you're going to see Lamar up there at Lamar's Body Shop and his team. 2301 Skidaway Road. Hop, skip, and a jump away from coaches. Kind of a win-win, man. You can go by there, get an estimate, come here, eat lunch. A great day. Sounds like a great day to be such a bad day, man. So, again, 2301 Skidaway Road, Lamar's Body Shop. As I always say, don't settle for par. Go see Lamar. Lamar, I love you, brother. Thinking about you still, man. Anything you need, you got my number. Just call me. I love you, brother. So get into this hard right turn, and we're going back to NASCAR. Finally listen to some fans, man. Finally, with this schedule, the end of the year championship schedule swap up, man. Super Bowl ain't played in the same place every year. World Series ain't played in the same place every year. I mean, come on, man. Why should NASCAR be held in the same place every year, right? Again, different demographic, geographic areas of fans and demographics of people you get to see. Atlanta to Miami to wherever. It's going to be interesting to see where we go. I can tell you, we're not going to Michigan in November, and we're not going to New Hampshire in November. We're not going to a lot of places in November. But again, they did say we're keying into those main attracted viewership areas, which tells me Talladega, Daytona, Atlanta, Martinsville, if we can do it, Bristol, if we can do it, Richmond, maybe, if we can do it. I mean, again, it's got to house enough people for a championship race. We're not going to go to Martinsville at 35,000, 40,000 when you have Atlanta that holds 70 now or 68 or whatever it is, or Daytona that holds 200 or out west, who knows what Auto Club might be, or Phoenix again. It all depends. But I like the fact that at least NASCAR is open to listening to what you need to do and want to do. Now, I'm more interested to see how we're going to start picking these tracks. I think it should be every 2 years. We should run Miami too. And then on that next year, before we go to the award ceremony, hey, this is where the championship track's at next year. Wham, bam. Boom, we draw it, and it's Texas, whatever it may be, just like they do a lotto draw, man. I mean, it's not hard to do. It adds flavor into the award ceremony and everything else that goes on. Maybe the Hall of Fame award ceremony, whatever it may be, man. Let's do it. At some point in time, add it on, change the schedule. It's one race. I mean, you got the longest season ever, February to freaking November, to figure it out, the logistics of it. You got it. So, again, going to be interested to see what NASCAR does. I love to see the changes that we're making as far as that goes. Thumbs up to NASCAR on that. At the end of the day, that's all I got to say, man. So that'll do it for the rubbing. We are on to the grubbing, and I just went my favorite thing. I try to always do it like area appropriate. Obviously, we're going into Kansas. We don't have any barbecue, some ribs, Kansas City style barbecue ribs. We don't have none of that, but I do have my favorite thing here at Coach's. Look at these onion rings, dude. Man, let me tell you something. Look at these bad boys. So, went onion rings tonight. I'm a grub on this. I did just go home run burger. Usually I go grand slam, but we got the pickles, we got the onions, the cheese, the lettuce, the half-pound patty, the onion rings. Look at this, dude. I mean, that's an onion ring right there now. That's a bad mamma jamma. There's one in there bigger than that. So, again, if you hadn't come up and caught some food from Coach's, man, again, like I say, you're either incarcerated or you're uneducated. One of the two, man, or maybe a combination of both. I don't know what it is, but you got to go at Coach's. They will do it a million different ways, man. If it's feasible inside that menu, have it your way, kind of. Not exactly, but I tell you what, the food here is amazing. The drinks are great. Staff is great. Management is great. Ownership's great. You can't ask for a better place, man. Come up here, right here, Thunderbolt, Georgia, Coach's Corner, the center of the universe, baby. Braves are almost back at 500, baby. Braves are almost back at 500. Anybody thought we couldn't be? And we're almost back 500, and we got a long time to go for the All-Star break, man. We might even win the division. Not our side of the division, excuse me. Excuse me. Let me reel that on back in a little bit. Maybe our part of the division we might be all right in. We'll see, man. But we'll see how it goes. Derby, we shot the shit on that last week. Looked good with Citizens Bull until he got concrete shoes in the home stretch. And I tell you what, Baffert, we just got to come for the Preakness, man. We got to come strong. Me and Lawrence, we haven't been doing good on our NASCAR either. I've been slacking. I tell you what, we're going to get back on it, man. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm out. Again, as always, make sure you're following Rubbin' and Grubbin' here on Facebook, Instagram. Subscribe to that YouTube channel. Follow Coach's Corner. This is where it's all at. This is where the magic happens, man. Thank you guys for tuning in on Wednesday. As always, hope you guys have a great night. Few more weeks, kids are out of school. Come up, raise hell with Rubbin' and Grubbin' on Wednesday nights. Give your parents something to do if you like NASCAR. And at the end of the day, hope everybody is safe out there. That's what it's all about. Love each other. Take care of the planet. Do good, man. Just do something good today. That's what it's all about. Hold a door, pick a piece of trash up, man. Just do something good, That's all it's about, man. Love you guys. Till next Wednesday. As always, stay safe. Love you. Wash your hands, man. I'm out.